Alright. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I guess had a little connection hiccup there, but alright, and we're live, pal. Once again, baby. So, hey, Andy here. And, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to shut the blinds. Hold on. Yeah, this is the reason I always have the blinds closed, because it'll be backlit if I have them open, and you'll get that pulsing thing. It's annoying. Anyway. So, there we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. So, yeah. Let's see. Filter properties rather. Okay. Okay. Let's see if anything showed up. It did. Awesome. Awesome. Jeez. But yeah. Excuse me. Just out here enjoying a little bit of that drink, so. Okay, cool. So yeah, today we got ourselves some Boss black coffee, the 7-Eleven version, for all canned coffee lovers. It says so on the thing. So, wait, I think I saw a focus pulse. Oh shit! I got it. See, before the focus was locked, so if I would hold it here, it would just come on. You got this. Maybe I gotta hide my face behind it. If I hide my face, you can't see me. Nah, whatever. You get the idea. But yeah, I got this, and good old reliable Mr. Premium Beans. Premium Beans from Wanda. Gold can. Or gold premium, whatever. I like having mix them up a little bit. So I do like a little bit of cream, but not like, ooh, not like a lot. So give it a little shake. So how you guys doing today? Just waiting for the caffeine to kick in, to be honest. I had a pretty good night's sleep last night. Night before, I couldn't sleep for shit. Ended up waking up like way too early after going to bed late, so it's just a fucking double whammy there. It's better. But because of that, I was tired all day yesterday and just thankfully it was a holiday, so I worked a little bit, but and nobody was really around, so I didn't have to work too hard. Even though I got a lot of stuff done, apparently. Go figure. So, yep. Today's brekkie, in addition to the coffee, is some bananas and some fried wonton. Yeah, decided to give the old tuna sando a little bit of a break and get my potassium fix. Trying to be healthy here, guys. So, cheers. Oh man. Yeah, I was just thinking a lot about just like YouTube stuff, you know. Just thinking about what I could put out, and you know, I've been getting a lot of comments from somebody asking about, you know, the GI Bill and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely a video I want to do. Let people know about what's going on with that. Oof. Definitely need more caffeine before I do that, though. I can't be going on there being all like, actually, fuck one. Where's it now? Let's open that one. Oh, no wonder it's fucking peaking like crazy. Sorry about that, guys. Thought I had it at a slightly lower volume so it wouldn't like blow up, but yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully I'll fix it. I'm not too quiet. But anywho. I'll turn this side down a little bit. That way it's not as overwhelming. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, somebody was talking about or asking about the GI Bill and how to use it overseas. And I've done a couple videos on it, but I haven't done any lately. So definitely want to make a video answering some questions and stuff, because you know that's one of the big regrets of my post-Navy life is, you know, not transferring or not going to a school out here right away. Excuse me. Jeez and Pete's. You know, that would have really saved me a lot of time and money for sure. Because the only thing I would have to worry about would have been the plane ride back here. Because I had to go back to America to out-process, and then after that, you know, if I was already accepted to a university out here, it'd pretty much play out like it did before, where I'd just be hanging out with my parents for a couple months, and you know, when it was time to go, instead of me loading up a U-Haul in the back of my car, they just take me to the airport like they always do, you know. So yeah, make things a lot easier. Though I'd have to sell a shit ton of my stuff, which, you know, would have been okay. And also, in retrospect, I probably wouldn't have bought the chill box. Not at that time, anyway. I probably would have waited to come back to Japan to build it. If I were to build it at all. You know, the only reason I even bought the chill box was because I knew I was going back to America, and I needed a good computer, so that way I wouldn't be tempted to, like, go out and buy cheapo laptops, you know. So laptops are great, like I'm running off of one right now, but, you know, as you guys know, if you have a good desktop computer, you know, nothing can beat it. So definitely had it with the chill box. In its time, you know. In its time, it was definitely a very great computer, and I felt like it could do just about anything, really. I miss it, you know. And plus, you know, in addition to all that, I already had like over 12,000 saved up. So all I have to do is just be get the plane ticket back here and you know, find a place. Probably would have still stayed at a guest house, not the Shimbashi one, because that was before I even knew about that. Because I didn't know about that until just a couple years ago. But I probably would have found something, you know. So, yeah. So, until they invent time travel, the next best thing I can do be to let people know about their GI Bill benefits and stuff like that, so that way they don't make the same mistakes I do. They can, you know, study abroad if they want to. So, I know not everybody wants to, but there's a good percentage of people who do. You know, for whatever reason, you know, cheaper way of life, want to still continue to go out and explore and stuff like that. That's great. You know, being in the Navy, that was one of the few perks. Well, there's a lot of perks, but that was one of the few that really stood out for me, was being able to see and experience countries that are vastly different from where I grew up. You know, I'd have to say that living here in Kawasaki, Japan, is a lot different than living back home in Saline, Ohio. A lot different. And I like it. I like it a lot. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just, when I get some time this weekend or whatever, finding all those questions. Because I answered a couple, but you know how you can only answer like so much in a comment, really. And she was asking like a lot of stuff, so I figured it'd just be best to put it all in a video and answer it that way. Just easier. And plus it'll help you guys out too. So, you know, I basically did that for the NFAX series. Was man, that's taking it back, man. Fucking NFAX. That was my first successful series, actually, on YouTube. Was the NFAX series. In fact, the second episode, the hardest thing about Navy boot camp, is one of my most viewed videos. Let me see where it's. See where it's at now. Yeah, 38K over 10 years ago. Jesus Christ. And my top 3 videos are just like dumb little shit posts that I made like 9, 10, and 12 years ago. You know, they got 49,000 views, 59,000 views, 178,000 views. Fuck's sakes. Shit's nuts. So, got myself a little ideal. Why don't we do a little impromptu reaction to some of these videos? Obviously can't play them all because of copyright reasons, but you know, we could play a select few. Most of them are the NFAX, are like the top ones. So yeah, we'll do the NFAX, and the one in downtown Guam's pretty good. Do something like that. So let me get everything all switched over here. So there we go. So we still got comments set up on the phone, so I can still see what you guys are doing, and get it prepped here. Okay, boop, boop. Alright, cool. So this will be, where is it at? There we go. Little feet of Sandy. Jesus. Alright. So here we are. This is one of my most viewed videos. It's the most viewed video that I have with me in it on this channel. The others are just shit posts. Yeah, like fucking look at all these fucking comments. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. I was basically like the JT Suits in my day, I'd say. But obviously he's done like way better than me. And I kind of was too wishy-washy about what type of content I wanted to make, so I never fully committed to making just Navy content. So it's one of the reasons my channel didn't blow up like his did, because he went in on it, whereas I did some Navy stuff, but also did other things too. But anyway, I digress. So let's watch The Hardest Thing About Navy Boot Camp, starring me, the Andy San, back in September 12th of 2010. It's almost 11 years ago. This is about right when I got out of basic. So I got out of basic August 20th of 2010, and transferred over to across the street to TSC Great Lakes, Great Mistakes, for my first round of schooling, going through electronics, like a basic electronics course. And then from there, went to San Diego, and so let's give it a watch. And
hey guys,
oh shit, hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, the highest resolution is 480p, so hope you like that potato quality. I filmed this out of my old, I don't know if you guys remember netbooks. They were kind of like, the Chromebooks of their day. They're just really low-powered, small laptops. And I loved it because I could take it around with me everywhere, and it wasn't fucking humongous. So
here doing another webcam video. I still haven't gotten my camera or my laptop back yet, so
Jason Beats.
bear
I
with
haven't
me.
got my laptop back with all my
Um,
pornography films in there.
I like to do my second NFAC video
Jesus.
via webcam.
God.
And I think we'll begin things off with a question that one of my subscribers sent me a while back. He asked me what was the hardest thing about boot camp. And it seems like a pretty simple question, pretty straightforward, but this was actually really hard for me to answer because there's a lot of difficult times I had in boot camp where I wasn't getting how to do certain things, but I finally narrowed it down.
So the fun thing about this was the way they had it set up here was that you basically were roomed with like 4 other roommates, which is ridiculous. So you had these little like pod areas and stuff, and I couldn't do any filming in there just because everybody, this was like way before YouTube took off, so like people didn't want to be on camera, and they're very private, and nobody really even knew like what the rules were about like vlogging while being in the service. They all thought you couldn't do it because it was like compromising on classified information or something like that, or whatever. Or if the captain finds out or something, you go into mast, and it's like, So I did this in the laundry room because fucking nobody was going in there. So I just went during a time where everybody was. I think this was late at night. So yeah, and the cool thing about this particular spot was at the time there was like no Wi-Fi or anything in the barracks. So if you wanted to get Wi-Fi, it either was from your phone, which was hit or miss because the walls were so thick. Sometimes signal would get in, most of the time it wouldn't. But you had to find like these little nooks and crannies where signal could get in. And I actually had one of those old Wi-Fi extenders. So it was a little USB plug, and it was this little like Something happened? Oh, that was weird. Okay. I guess I bumped my thing off there for a second. Everything alright? We good? Okay. Guess my headphones had a little brain fart there. But anyway, like I was saying, so you could only get signal in like certain parts in the barracks. And I had a little Wi-Fi extender so I could extend that out. And there was a bar right across from the barracks that I was in. And it had Wi-Fi. So what I do is I would aim the Wi-Fi extender at just the right little spot to like aim right at the bar and snag their Wi-Fi, and that's how I was able to get on the inner butts from the barracks. Now, once I moved out to San Diego, then things got better because they had their own Wi-Fi within the rooms, and actually, did they have Wi-Fi? Or was that just Ethernet? I think that was just Ethernet at the time. But they also had Wi-Fi, and that was kind of janky. Either way, we were able to get by. And plus, there's a Starbucks right across from base, so that's where I usually go because the internet quality was better. But regardless, that's kind of the context for why I'm recording in a fucking laundry room. Talking about the hardest thing about Navy boot camp. Oh my gosh, feet of Sandy. Jeez and Pete's. It's in my mid-20s at this point. But it looks like I'm barely old enough to be an adult. Christ's sakes. Anyway,
So
continue on.
I wrote him back, and let me give you just kind of the quick read-through, if you will. So,
Oh yeah.
if I did have to point out one of the toughest moments
Oh
of
yeah.
boot camp, it would have to be any time I took the PFA, which is the physical test. I had to take it a total of 4 times during boot camp, while the majority of everyone else took it 3 times.
Yeah.
The reason I had to do it an extra
Yeah,
time
for
is because
these,
failed
I
to
wanted
pass
to.
PFA, and it was only
So for these NFACs, I decided to read off a script because I didn't want to, especially with this this camera, I didn't want to go over my time on YouTube after recording it. So I wanted to make sure I like hit the times and didn't, because with a netbook you couldn't like edit on it. So it's pretty much one take wonder. So this is back when YouTube still had time limits. So I decided to like script all the videos, but it definitely sounds like I'm reading off a script for sure. Because I'm basically just trying to get the info out there and then go back to what I was doing because I didn't want somebody like walking in and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
5 push-ups away from passing. Damn it. But I passed.
Oh
it several
yeah,
times,
I
so
remember
it
that.
works.
Yeah, somebody. I passed like the run. I passed the sit-ups. I was really proud of myself for passing the run because that was the thing I was having the most trouble with. But some fucklehead decided to not count 5 of my push-ups rather. So I guess I didn't pass because of 5 push-ups. Even though I did the push-ups, but I guess I didn't like clear it enough. And he didn't tell me. he was just like, I guess, counting them in his head or whatever, and it was like, okay, it's whatever the number was, and I guess I was 5 off. I'm like, you couldn't have told me or let me know, hey bro, you gotta do those push-ups right, man. Just fucking staring at me, and that's the number, I guess. So.
Generally speaking, the first 2 to 3 weeks will be the toughest since you're being introduced to a whole new lifestyle.
Yeah.
The quicker your division catches on to the fact that they'll pay for even one guy screwing around, the easier things will be.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from my chief, and one of the things he said that really stuck with me was everything you do affects everyone around you.
Yeah.
Although this goes along with what I said about just one guy screwing around affecting the whole division, it can also be used positively. For example, I would always do my best at everything despite not being very good at doing certain things. This helped motivate several of my shipmates to do their best, which I found out shortly before battle stations. And whenever I had trouble with something, they were more than willing to give me a hand. It was usually with like folding and stuff. I wasn't really good at folding certain things or doing it quickly. And
yeah, I remember constantly going to this guy Rodriguez, asking him about my folds and making sure everything was good. And he was like, "It's good, man. It's good." And I didn't have much confidence back then, for sure.
So, you know, if I had a whole bunch of stuff, they'd usually help me out. So, yeah, I hope this helps you out. And like I said, my camera should be arriving shortly. And I already told my mom what my new address is. So I should be getting my laptop in soon. So I should be able to edit videos and do other things. So, yeah. This is the Andy-san, signing off for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little webcam video. And as always, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Damn. Even back then I did the "we'll see you next time." Although that was closer to how Roger Swan said it. And this was shortly after he passed, actually. It was actually the same year, now I think about it. Yeah, a lot of shit happened in 2012, my god. I had Roger Swan passed away in January of 2012. I joined the Navy in June of 2012. Graduated from basic in August. Made this video the month after. It's like, man. That was before I did the whole "we'll see you boop, next time." That whole, I just did that as like flourishes to kind of do something different. But yeah, let's see what else we got. I don't want to go through like all the fucking NFAX videos, so I think we'll just kind of cherry pick some things. We'll do Downtown Guam. I think the reason this one did so well was because it got picked up for a documentary a while back. I remember somebody asked me back when YouTube had a messaging system. I don't know why they got rid of it. YouTube messaging was fucking awesome. They should have kept that shit on, but whatever. But I had somebody ask me about if they could use this footage for a documentary. This is filmed my old Motorola Razr M. Yeah, this was when I was the original Andy Japandi series, for sure. It's like right when I transferred. So yeah, there's a lot of comments about, yeah, Guam's awesome, stuff like that. People saying it's different now, I guess, or then, whatever. So anyway, let's watch Downtown Guam with over 30,000 views on my janky ass cell phone. Thankfully this one's in 1080p, although whatever.
Alright, and we're recording. Hey gang, Andy here, and making a video here in Guam.
Yeah, this is in the Tumon section, which is like the touristy section of Guam.
There it goes. Sometimes the picture doesn't focus all the way. There's a Hard Rock Cafe over there, which we'll be going to later.
Yeah.
Some other stores and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting.
Yo, what up, Dequan? How you doing today? TJ Fridays, fucking everybody went down there. My hotel was like right across the street.
Stuff out here in Guam.
I think.
As soon as something goes, we'll get started. So.
And the beach is over that way to the left.
I think it's gonna start here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, I couldn't edit this video because all I had was a cell phone.
Or not.
But I just had to do this all one take, baby.
Yeah, they gotta. Like, so a lot of the language is also in like Japanese too. So you got like some Japanese.
Yeah. I was just about ready to say that. Because Guam is like a major tourist spot for Japanese people.
You know, a lot of Japanese tourists come out here too. As you can
Oh well,
see.
shit. I already said that. So.
See them snapping pictures and whatnot.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you get a job yet? How's it going? Yeah. got myself a yob. It's just an hour bite though.
But,
So,
of course. Yeah, so
nothing full time.
I'm just hoping it by myself out here in Guam, which is nice because it's technically part of the U.S. So
Yeah, it's a
I
territory.
can just go solo if I want to, which is nice.
Yeah, that was one of the nice things about going on Liberty in Guam, because everywhere else, you had to get a Liberty buddy, and I don't know. I never had the best luck with Liberty buddies. I either always wanted to go to the bars or the titty go rounds,
American
or
restaurants. Oh man.
they just wanted to like stay in the hotel and talk with their wives.
Stuff like that. Stuff you can't normally get in Japan.
Like nobody wanted to like go out and explore and do the touristy shit.
You know, there's one on base I can go to, but
No.
you know what I mean. Can't exactly.
Yeah, looking back on it, I didn't realize just how much Japanese was everywhere. And again, sorry for the jank ass camera. This is done on my old ass cell phone.
It's a little humid out. So
it's an island. So.
Near the end of the day, it's not so bad. You might hear me huffing and puffing. You know, I'm not used to walking around as much. I got to get back into proper walking shape.
Yep.
You know, the ship's only so big, right?
Damn.
So, I think it's like 528 feet or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's a little relevant, even though this shit's like hurting my face. Oh goodness.
Lovely flowers. Love these things.
Man. How could anybody watch this video? My god.
Yeah, I got a bunch of restaurants and.
Yeah, again, this is like the touristy section of Guam, so you got just like a bunch of restaurants and
I get done with Hard Rock Cafe.
shops and bars and shit like that.
Go something to eat or something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, it was so bizarre because like they treated it as America as far as like Liberty goes, because you could just go out and do whatever.
So,
But there's like a lot of stuff written in Japanese and a lot of Japanese people walking around. So bizarre.
kind of near the end of the main strip here. So,
Alright, I'm gonna have to cut it off there. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Ugh. That shit fucking hurts my head. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, 7 years ago. Nice. And then we'll look at another one, which this one got me a lot of hate actually. Was yeah, look at that. 49 to 29, baby. This was the unboxing for my original Asus laptop. So the laptop I'm on right now is my third Asus laptop, because I fucking love Asus. And this was the one that started it all, actually. Because all my other laptops were like HP. Yeah, I had HP before, and yeah. So I had HP, and then I had Alienware, and then I had this laptop. There we go. I forgot about the Alienware one. My bad. The Alienware was pretty good for what it was, but yeah, it had its time. And if you couldn't tell, this was filmed in my old apartment in Yokosuka. What camera was I using? Is this the 5000 or 51? Oh, it's the CX430V. Yeah. This is also during my D&B phase too. Look at some of them comments. Where's the rest of them? I had like a whole bunch of comments in here saying, you know, oh, nobody wants to see your stinky ass feet or whatever. Because like I put it on my bed, and I guess I like moved my foot around. My foot was in frame for like a second. They were like, oh my god, terrible. Worst video ever. Unsubscribe. So.
Alright, we're recording. Hey gang, Andy here. Coming at you with a super special awesome unbox of my new laptop, the Asus X550L. Stay tuned for the next bit.
Yeah.
As usual with these unboxings,
Yeah. See, this one looks a lot better than that fucking Guam video. Jesus Christ. I don't know how anybody could watch that.
I don't mind this dent right here. It got a little dinged up.
But, whatever.
From the store. So,
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing about Sony is that
this is
their electronic stabilization and their balanced optical steady shot for their camcorders, which is what I'm using here, is really good. You know, now there are better things now, but for its time, this thing was rock fucking solid. But for some reason, the you know, the mirrorless cameras, their IBIS just, you know, that's like Sony's weak. Oh yeah, there's the foot. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, foot. Terrible. And I can see the next bag in the background and a book bag and a bunch of other. Oh, there's my Here Pro, the little blue container in the right hand side. Recognize that shit from a mile away. But yeah, those are the specs of the X550L. So you got, let's see here, it's a 15-inch monitor, 2 gigs of graphic RAM. Ooh boy, we flying. What is it? Oh, okay, so it's a total of 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM, because it's 4 gig on the board and then 4 gig detachable. Let's see. Some USB 3.0 ports and a USB 2.0. It doesn't say what the processor is. It's an i7, I think.
It's like a dark.
Or wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah, CPU. Intel i7 4500, but it's U, so it's an underpowered unit. Because it's supposed to be like power efficient and shit like that. So, there.
LCD, about 15 or 16-inch HD slim. 2 gigabytes of VRAM, that's for the graphics card.
Yep.
There's a CPU, it's an i7 processor, 750 gigabyte hard drive.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that part. That was back. This was before I got solid state drives too. Where is everyone? Yeah, good question. Good question, Deck1. Those of y'all in the chat, where you at? I'm sitting here watching Andy Sands' greatest hits. Oh wow. Fucking hate Windows 8. Right? Yeah, I see you five in the chat. Speak up. Santa College Zoom room here, folks. Oh Lord. Oh my god. Okay, there's my flood. Alright. Why don't I do some content creator interviews? That's a good question. Hold on. Hold on. I think. Oh, almost. But, yeah, I should do some content creator interviews. Just a matter of getting their schedules to line up. Nope, shit. Yeah, that shit everywhere. But yeah. Hold on a sec. Now that Radri is out of the game? What? I thought he was still doing stuff. Is he taking a break or something? Hold on. Choto de mates. All right. We'll get back to the Asus thing here in a sec. Is Radri's out of the game? What? That can't be right. Yeah, he basically got his channel blown up by King of Kanto. Eh. I don't really see it. I mean, there's a couple King of Kanto episodes. This one's where he had Nick and Jay on, and then one where he kind of talks about it. But I don't really. Even Tokyo Joe not going on really. Well, yeah, he's not gonna go on just about any old buddy. He thinks Radley's a fucking troll because he had King of Kanto on. But which is fine. Radley doesn't fucking need old Tokyo Drew on there. You know, there's plenty of other people out in Japan that he could interview, or even people outside of Japan. I mean, I know his podcast is Why Come Japan, but you know he can do other things as well. But yeah, and Radley's thumbnails have actually gotten significantly better. I think once he talked with old Chris Bro from abroad in Japan, really helped improve his setup for sure. And I haven't been on his podcast since like a year ago when this whole Clone Chain World Tour thing was kicking off. That was maybe start a Why Leave Japan. That'd be a little too on the nose there, Deck One. But I don't think I want to just, you know, narrow it down to just people who make content about Japan in Japan. That seems to be what like a lot of people do here, which is fine. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking through the thumbnails here. It's like, man. He's definitely improved a lot of stuff. Like, all the thumbnails are different now. Text is different. It's good. It's really good. I'm really proud, man. Like, you know, I had to fight tooth and nail just to get, you know, to talk with Bradley about coming back to YouTube in some form or fashion. I'm sure I'm not the only one who convinced him to come back, of course. But, yeah, I just, you know, was really wishing for him to come back because, you know, he has that kind of dry sense of humor that works really well on the internet. And I'm like, man, it's such a shame, dude. Yeah, and he's a good guy in real life, too, you know? Again, he's got that, like, dry, sort of dorky humor. So, works well with me. You know, he's kind of got that, like, I went to film school sort of vibe sometimes. For better or worse. But he's a good guy. But actually, and I didn't mean to like hijack the whole fucking live stream just talking about this, but it's something I'm passionate about. So yeah, as far as getting his channel blown up by King of Kanto, I don't really see it. I mean, just because some people don't want to come on because he had King of Kanto on there, I don't really see that part. But if I've been meeting any chicks lately, yeah, all the time, bro. Like, I'm stuffed under my bed. All the time. Just fucking bitches left and right, let me tell you what. Yeah, I should do some content creator stuff because that was something I wanted to do. Was it was called the Creator 101 podcast. Only asked because I had the beta male smile, or however that is.
Damn, he's saying a freak. He's got him tied him up in his mom's basement.
What? Anyway. Oh, this really got off the rails. Our boy Ham has been doing non-stop videos about him basically being radioactive when it comes to females. Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, well, not a lot, but like every once in a while I see like people kind of posting pictures or whatever of his recent videos, and it's just like, oh my god, that's, yeah, you're just asking to get fucking arrested. Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to do like a pickup artist type shit on my channel. You know, that's not what my thing's about, you know. Plus with old cloning macaroni, you know. That dude even gets chicks, yeah. I mean, sex sells, but it's not something I'm comfortable with associating my brand with. You know, it's just too easy. We're just here for good, wholesome Christian entertainment. Or whatever. But yeah, I think we've seen enough of that unboxing. You guys get the idea. So yeah, I'm gonna ignore that one. It's so funny. That particular video, Connie and Jen versus Rachel and June, when that was a fucking hot topic. Fucking nobody watched all my other videos, but I do a fucking, stop it, get some help, like 6-minute response video. And this is at my friend's house, by the way. That's why you see all the Jewish stuff in the background. Good morning, Sarcastic. What's up, baby? Let's see. Is it? Oh shit! I had it on the other camera. I thought you guys could see what I was seeing. I'm just looking through my my thing here. What could we watch from like the old catalog? Yeah, a lot of these old ass videos just kind of you know. How's lockdown life in the Yokohamers? It's gotten better. I will say that. You know, definitely having a being gainfully employed definitely helps, especially during these times. But yeah, it could be better, but things are definitely looking up for sure. So it's not all doom and gloom. Seem depressed a little. Nah, I'm just waiting for the caffeine to kick in. You know. I just realized that, it's going to take a little bit for things to happen. Yep, I got Yob. Hell yeah. But they're not sponsoring my Visa, so it's kind of a bittersweet victory, I guess, because, I got a better paying job and it gets me more hours and stuff, but yeah, they're not willing to sponsor my Visa as of yet, so I guess I have to clear the trial period or something before they even consider it, but even then, I don't know. But on the plus side, in addition to being gainfully employed, Lakeland's going to be starting up their bachelor's program coming up here in the summer. Well, technically it'll be like late April. So, gonna be going back for that. Just got done sent, well, not just got done, but I sent an email out yesterday where, you know, you just update contact info and stuff like that. And the cool thing is, because I'm an alumni, I don't have to pay any like application fees or any of that stuff. You know, they're just doing it, they're just waiving that, basically. Tokyo Drew has been married twice. Yeah, he sure has. I mean, I've only been here like a year, so I'm in no rush. Not the end of the world. I mean, you know. You know. So, you know, for me, I just want to make sure I get everything financially secured before I go and bring in somebody else into my mess. If I go and try to bag chicks now, it's not gonna be good. Although I guess it doesn't stop some people, you know, living in a box. It's like, hey baby, you want to go back to my box? How many pocket rockets Drew would kill to have hair like yours? Oh yeah, killer, man. See, that's what I love about it, you know. Speaking of which, I should probably get it cut. It's getting a little out of control. At least kind of shaped a little bit. So I'm a little less broccoli assassin. That's the goal. Yeah, man. So, next up for good old Brecky is some Anpan, man. Yeah, I don't really understand people's fascination with Tokyo Drew. And this isn't me, well, you know. I guess I do kind of understand it, now I think about it. But, dude, nobody's going back to the box. No. God, no. Get a job in computer software, you get a visa in no time. Yeah. Well, the thing is with that, I have to have like N1 Japanese. I have to be married with a permanent visa, and I have to cure cancer for them to even consider it. But yeah, the minute you go back to the box with him. Oh man, that shit probably smells like fucking ham. Like, no joke. Alright. Let's bring the old chill hop music back. There we go. Yeah. It's good seeing you guys in the chat again, man. I missed hanging out in old Hambone's Discord. Fun times. Fun times. But yeah, you know, with Hanami season not that far away, you know, what was I going with that? Oh yeah, you know, give me a chance to like go out and meet with people and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not in a rush. I know these things take time, so right now I'm just working on myself. And working on this fucking Anpan, let me tell you. So, you know, I'm patient. Oh yeah, will there be open events like that? It's hard saying here, let me, now that I got the comments up here, I don't fucking need this open anymore. But yeah, it is being scheduled, well it is already scheduled for this year, but it was scheduled for last year too, and that was, that was a crazy time. Because technically the, you know, YouTuber Hanami, yo, Sacred Hogwash, fucking everybody's here. It's like Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everybody's in this one. Yo, what's going on, guys? Sitting here, I'm numbing on an on pond, man. Sipping my coffee. Hell yeah. Yep, the time of this live stream is still being scheduled for sometime in April, I think. April and March. I think April. So, you know, just keeping an eye on it if it inevitably changes. You know, because I figure as long as, you know, taking proper precautions, you know, wearing a mask, doing all that fun shit. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, old Hambone making videos about his ex rejecting him. Black chick at the share house rejecting him. Oh, seriously? He went after Jasmine? Ugh. Feel bad for Jasmine. About how we won't fuck. About how he won't fuck fat chicks. Ugh, yeah. That's the thing with Sam, man. You know, even though he doesn't, you know, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And again, that's why I'm in no rush, man. Like, some people will be like, oh my god, I gotta have chicks right now. Oh my god, I need my fix. Come on, daddy. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Take me back to the Love Hotel. I got us a room booked at Hotel Sunset. Come on, baby. You know, I got to have my fix. And it's like, fuck it, man. Just work on myself right now. So when I do, whoop, Christ. Fucking banana peel just flopped right out. It wasn't a euphemism, it actually happened, but yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, once I actually meet somebody, you know, be able to form like an actual relationship with them instead of just a fuck buddy. Yeah, also like how Sam shits on any military unless they're like fighting on the front lines up there. Zero support logistics. Yeah. Yeah, old Hambone couldn't serve in the military if he wanted to. Even when he was younger, he was like way too fucking fat for that shit. He'd get fucking eaten alive by them motherfuckers. Any difference between Kanto, the city, versus more country folk? Yeah. So, got some banana stuck in my nose, but anyway, I really do prefer the, you know, the more country. Sorry for all the clanging out there. They're moving gas canisters. They do that sometimes, but yeah, with the city, everybody's just rushing around. They always got to go somewhere. People fucking. Oh, sorry. Was it up to? Oh, that's right. I might have turned it up because of the reaction stuff. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. Okay, got that figured out. It's good. Man, all that clanging. So distracting. Sorry about that, guys. Jesus. Gotta love live streaming, right? Anyway, like I was trying to say, fuck's sakes. So, countryside, or at least like not city side, Japanese folk. I actually like them a lot more, just because it's a lot more laid back, a lot more relaxed. You still get some people kind of rushing around a little bit. Yo, ¿qué pasó? What's up, Anya? ¿Qué pasó? I don't know much Spanish, but you know, good seeing you in the chat. So, but yeah, the countryside's a lot more laid back. City side, everybody's just in a big rush. That's one of the reasons why I moved out of Tokyo, man. Was just, you know, it was too busy. You know, like I like visiting Tokyo. I like being near Tokyo, so I can go out and do stuff. You know, old Clan World Tour aside, but I don't like living in Tokyo. It's too much for me. So that's why I always wanted to move back to Kanagawa at some point. And then once the fallout with Old Hambone happened, I was already looking at guest houses at the time because I was just looking for a new place to stay. Getting a little tired of the box. My back was fucking hurting all the time. And I was getting like hella depressed in there. But yeah, it just so happened this place in Kawasaki opened up, and the shit with Old Hambone happened and kind of expedited things, and here I am. I've actually been here for almost a year at this point, which sounds bad, I know, but you know, for me, especially because most of that time was as a student, and it's gonna be as a student again here in a few months. So, like for me, I don't really need an apartment or anything like that. You know, it's probably best, especially with the GI Bill, because the you know, you only get paid during months you're in school, and you get these little like month breaks in between semesters where you don't get paid at all from the GI Bill, and then you know you gotta wait an additional month for your checks to get back to normal too. So you know, you got like 2-3 months where your pay's not normal, so like why stress having an apartment with additional expenses when you can just have a private room guest house? You know, you don't have to worry about that shit. So used to say in Sakusa in the past, it's great because I had friends who lived Shimokitazawa. Oh yeah, I know where Shimokitazawa is. I pass by that all the time going out to Tokyo. It's on the way, on the Odakyu line. They all consider me to be country bumpkin all the way over in Chibs. Yeah, oh, hey, no worries, Dekwan. Hey, it's good seeing you, dude. Muchos aficionados. Get my dancing shoes on and get to work. Alright, thanks, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, getting back to sarcastic here. So I used to stay in socks in the past, great, because I had friends in the country all the way over Chiba. Yeah, I guess Chiba is considered countryside versus like Kanagawa or something like that, which is weird. It's kind of weird because like Chiba is considered like a bedroom community in some aspects, and it also has, you know, some pretty big cities too. I mean, it's no slouch. But I guess I don't really see that in Kanagawa because, you know, Kanagawa has the second biggest, you know, metropolitan area next to Tokyo in Yokohama. So then you have Kawasaki like right on the border between Tokyo and Kanagawa. So I guess I don't really see, you know, Kanagawa as countryside per se. It's more just like city light. You know, it's like going from like New York to I don't know, like St. Louis or Columbus, Ohio, or something like that. Still a big city, still a big city-ish place, but it's not like pounding your face in. You know, so it's a little more relaxed, especially where I'm at too. It's not, you know, right bang in the center of Kawasaki City. You know, it's on the outskirts, almost as far away from Kawasaki as you can get while still being in Kawasaki. Well, I'm in Kawasaki, I'm not in Yokohama. But, where are we at here? If you're doing a lot of work on a laptop, then I'd probably say having a desk proper chair setup is really important. Yes, totally agree. And it's one of the reasons why once, you know, start getting them checks coming in, because I just started this new job, so I haven't gotten paid from them yet. But once the checks start coming in and you get back to normal, then definitely want to invest in better seating setup. Because I mean, this is just a fucking cheap ass gaming chair that I got set up here on the floor. I think this thing was like maybe $100 at most, and then I have a cushion underneath it too to kind of help. But yeah, it's just one of the things I'm finding out is that I need to have a proper like desk. Yeah, thanks, Sacred Hogwash, appreciate it. Yeah, I need to have like a proper desk set up with like my, you know, legs kind of not laying down, they're just kind of, you know, like a regular desk. What I'm trying to say here. But yeah, just with doing a lot of work that requires sitting, I really need to invest in good sitting stuff. So I'm looking at either moving to a new place or you know, investing in like a desk, like a proper desk, because shit's starting to hurt. I mean, that's why I go on daily walks, you know, in addition to losing some chubbage, which I'm proud to say I'm closing in on 10 pounds lost since, you know, quitting the alcohol. So doing good with that, and it's only gonna go faster once the weather starts warming up a bit more, because I'll be able to go out for longer walks. Right now I'm just trying to fit it within my schedule, and with the sunset, you know, happening pretty fast, you know, it's kind of hard to like, because I used to go on like really long walks before I got this job, but since getting this job, you know, the time that I have to walk is limited, so I have to work around it, but I'm able to get it done. So where is it? Is there a big foreigner community in Yokohama or Kawasaki rather? Hard saying. I mean, it's kind of hard saying in general, just because I don't really get out that much because of, you know, Kalina Macaroni. Trying to be responsible, unlike some people out there. Too busy hitting on underage girls, but that's not my business. But yeah, I think there is a, I wouldn't say a large community, but there's definitely a community of foreigners out here. You know, like, where I'm living is close to an engineering school out in Kawasaki, so you see a lot of Indians out here. So, yeah, not too many Hakujin out here, let me tell you. But it's fine. You know, like, I work in foreigner-based companies out here anyway, so not exactly jonesing too hard for that gaijin contact. And plus, most of my work involves just sitting here in front of the computer anyway, so I don't even have to fucking leave to get my shit done, which is awesome. Saves me a lot on train fare and just time going back and forth to work. Which it's one of the bright spots about this whole pandemic situation is working from home has become a lot more normalized. Because before, and I said this before, but before this whole situation happened, working from home was always one of those like clickbait jobs. You know, you see like all the articles of, you know, how do I make $50,000 a year just sitting on my ass at home? I work from home, and you know, it was one of the cool things that I loved about. That was one of the things that really drew me into doing stuff online, was being able to work from home. And I really didn't see it become a reality for me until just a few years ago. You know, I started doing the freelance work, and now I'm doing like actual work from home. So, you know, it's real, man. It's not just a clickbait article. Any possibility of going to public library to do work on the laptop? Used to do that in Taipei and London. My accommodations consisted just a bed. Hard to say if I want to do that like now, because of, you know. But once Kinky Jitai ends state of emergency, that's scheduled to end March 7th. So I'm not really making any plans to go out and do stuff until then, really. Once that comes around, we kind of get a lay of the land as far as what's going on. I might consider it, or like going to Starbucks or something like that. You know, if anything, just a change of scenery. Because I know I get a little bit of cabin fever, just staying in here the whole time. So, and I definitely want to do more like IRL streaming at some point as well. Because I did enjoy doing that for the Breakfast in Tokyo series, but that shit wrecked my data plan. So the only way for me to be able to feasibly do something like that would be if I got some consistent donos. And I'm not saying this to, like, you know, dono shame you guys or anything like that. I'm just telling it like it is, baby. So yeah, if I had to foot the bill for it, because I was actually listening to one of Radree's podcasts talking about IRL streaming, and there's this, or was it Radree? No, it was a Twitch stream. Never mind. Twitch stream with one of my friends, Victor. Not that Victor, but Frame of Travel, Victor. He was with a friend of his who does like Twitch IRL streaming, and he says that, you know, for him it costs like $200 a month for all the SIM cards, because he basically goes until his data's throttled and then he switches to another SIM card, or he has like some kind of system where he cycles out SIM cards basically. And you know, if you're getting like consistent donos and stuff like that, shit, why not, right? But you know, it's kind of hard to do when you ain't got the ones like that. But I think it'd be fucking awesome to do something like that, you know? Just go out to just any old spot, you know, and show you guys around and walk and talk and do all other kinds of stuff, you know? And that's another thing that I'm really loving about stuff lately, is that I'm getting a lot more opportunities to shoot video instead of just edit. Because how expensive mobile data in Japan is. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, if you're just using data to like use it, you know, if you're like listening to podcasts or watching YouTube videos or something like that, as long as you're not too crazy with it, you can get by on just a regular old SIM card. Like I have mine that I got like a whole year's worth of mobile data for like $234, and it was pretty good. Like the only time I had issues with throttling or anything like that, and I watch, or listen to rather, but I watch like a lot of YouTube videos, like an unhealthy amount of YouTube videos, a lot of it on my phone. Although really what I do is I just listen to them while I'm doing my other shit, so I'm not being totally unproductive. But I watch a lot of content, or listen to it rather, and I use a lot of data. And the only time that I had any problems with throttling data was when I was doing the live streaming. And the quality was pretty potato too. Yeah, it was, well, it wasn't, was it that one unlimited? I think, yeah, the 234 was unlimited, but I got a new one that is 100 or 300, it's either 100 or 300 gigs, something like that, a month. And I don't even come close to it. Well, I mean now, especially because I have a little Wi-Fi router in my room, so I just use that for wireless internet, and then I have Ethernet for my laptop, so I can get consistent speeds. You know, so I don't have to worry about lag or drop connections or anything like that. So Yeah, man, as good as Wi-Fi is, I fucking love Ethernet. Fucking love it. But I have Wi-Fi for the convenience as well. So. But yeah, you know, you can get pretty cheap data plans out here, like data sims, basically. And that's what I did. I got a whole year's worth of data for $234, and I think with this card I only got half a year because I didn't know like if I was going to be in the country that long, because I didn't know what my visa situation was going to be. So I only bought like half a year's worth, which I think was like 112 or 115 bucks or whatever it came out to be. So overall, not too bad, not too shabby. And it's like a little 100 gig, 300 gig a month sort of deal, and like I don't even come close to anything like that. So like I can even just go through data usage. Let's see. Where are we at? So for this month so far, we're about halfway through. I've used 4.7 gig of mobile data. Last month was 14.6 gigs. And then December was 15.7 gigs. So like, I didn't even come close. And the lion's share of all that comes from YouTube. Like the 15.7, like 6.3 gigs is YouTube stuff. But I digress. So what do I do in my new job? I'm a video editor. So, you know, I help put together videos for my client. I can't get too into the nitty-gritty just for confidentiality reasons, but yeah, just help put together vids. So it's really nice. I can literally just do it from here. You know, like once I'm ready, you know, I can set my hours. They're extremely flexible with hours. As long as I get in a certain set amount of hours, then they're cool with it. You know, I've had like no problems with any of that stuff. They're pretty laid back. So as long as I'm hitting my quotas, both in hours and videos per week, like they're pretty chill, and like I'm fucking destroying their quotas. So I think I'm making a pretty good impression on them, which is good. So but yeah, basically right now I'm just kind of in the, I don't know if you call it like a trial period or whatever, but you know, they just got me signed on for that, and hopefully once that period's over, I can move on to something cool. You know, but in addition to that, I'm also supposed to be quite easy to achieve the quota. Oh yeah, totally. Because the thing is, like, you know, they shot like a lot of videos because they were just like, you know, whipping through them really fast. And then they have some people like working mobily, so they're able to, you know, pump out a lot of videos really quickly. But you know, they just need people to help put them together. You know, and it was pretty intimidating at first, not gonna lie, because the way their workflow is set up is a lot differently than how I normally do things. And they're, you know, they have like a set way of doing things, so it's kind of hard for me to, you know, get used to that and kind of make it my own. But once I did, it's just fucking easy, man, putting shit together. So living the Japanese dream with my work from home editing job's awesome. What are you gonna partake in an adult beverage? You know, probably won't be until after work at some point. But yeah, man. Actually, concerning that, I've actually been going on 3 weeks sober, and it feels pretty good. You know, had a bit of a health scare about a month ago. I was just kind of worried about stuff and decided to, yes, the canned coffee for all canned coffee lovers. Nothing's more adult than black canned coffee, right? That's my adult beverage. But yeah. But yeah, man. I had a bit of a health scare last month, and I did like the worst thing possible, which is look up what it could be on. Yeah, exactly. Like I can't say that I'll like never ever drink ever again, but I want when I drink to like count. Well, not really count, but like I want it to like not even really mean something, but just I don't want to like drink every day, basically. So, you know, if I'm going out to drink, you know, I want it to be with friends at parties, stuff like that. You know, I don't want to just hang out in my room all by myself, you know, slamming, you know, cans of Chew High like I used to, because you know, especially in December, it was fucking bad, man. You know, that was definitely one of the major reasons why I burnt out so hard on YouTube and just fucking everything. Was because I was drinking like way too hard, way too often. Because I was relying on it to kind of keep the anxiety away. And yeah. Yup. Did the worst thing ever. Looked up Dr. Google MD, and definitely got those results that you said. You know, because I basically got like a bruise on my leg, and I don't remember like hitting it or whatever, but you know, it's just a pretty decently sized bruise. And you know, I'd go and kind of push the skin in, and it would kind of, you know, slam and chew highs. Yeah, I'm just killing him, bro. But yeah, I just got this bruise on my leg, and it didn't hurt or anything. It was just there, and I was getting a little concerned about it because like it wasn't going away. It wasn't getting worse. It was just there, you know. It wasn't improving or anything. So I was looking up, you know, symptoms of, you know, what's a bruise on your leg that doesn't go away? Like, should I be worried about that? And I had stuff ranging from, it's just a bruise, man. Don't fucking worry about it. It's not cancer, maybe. To like stage 4 terminal leg cancer. The shit's gonna get fucking amputated and it's gonna metastasize and you're gonna fucking die and all this other shit. And I'm just like, oh god. So. And then another thing it said was it could be like a blood clot. And, you know, with all the drinking stuff, you know, it could be a blood clot due to alcoholism or whatever. And, you know, I explained this on a previous live stream, but, you know, basically if you drink a lot, your blood thins, and so your blood's reaction to thinner blood is to make more blood clots. So when your blood gets back to a normal thickness, then you still have all the blood clots, so they form and all kinds of other stuff, and you know, if they cut loose, then it's fucking bad news. You know, you can get a fucking stroke, or you can just have it go to your lungs or whatever, and you fucking die. And yeah, blood clots are serious business. So got a little bit of health scare because I was thinking it's probably not a blood clot. I'm probably just overthinking this. But yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm not really feeling all that happy about drinking every day. And in addition to that, it's also costing me like a shit ton of money. You know, for me anyway. You know, when I was making like a lot of money, you know, getting the GI Bill checks and everything like that, you know, I had no problem, you know, spending a good chunk of coin on some Chew High and stuff like that, and some beer and whatnot. It was fine, but now that I have to be a little more budget conscious. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you there, Sacred Hogwash. You know. But eventually, like I said, it just kind of got to a point where originally I was just going to do it for like a week. I was just gonna quit for like a week just to kind of see if it affected the bruise at all, like if it started to, you know, heal up or whatever. Then I'd be like, all right, cool. But after the first week, I felt like really fucking good. You know, like my mental clarity was getting back. Because before, like, I tried making videos. I know you guys are probably wondering, like, why I haven't made like a regular ass video in a while. And I've been trying, honestly, but whenever I get on camera before, it was just like I didn't know what to say, or I'd start talking and kind of get on a good thing, and then just it'd fucking fall apart, and I'd be like, ah, fuck, what the hell was I talking about? Or if I like try to write a script and put it on the teleprompter, it wouldn't sound right. It would sound like I'm just reading off a script, and I couldn't get it right, you know. So I'm just like, ah, fuck it, you know. I couldn't really come up with any good ideas that I really wanted to work on, and I was, you know, kept really busy with all the video editing and the shooting and all that kinds of stuff. So I was still like doing stuff, but it wasn't working on my own stuff, you know. So I figured, you know, once I got sober, you know, it'd be easier. So what I used for my teleprompter, I got a cheap one off of Amazon. Whoa, focus, dude. Boop, boop. There we go. Sorry about that. Why do you think so many drink in Japan? Well, we'll get to that question in a sec. So what I use for a teleprompter is kind of this. Here, actually, let me show you. It's right in my closet. Choto de mates. So this is the teleprompter. So it's basically just like a mirror. See? So I set my phone here, and the screen is flipped, so that way it reads off of here. So it bounces off of here, and I can like read the script. Then I just use this remote to scroll down. I can set like a scroll speed, or I can just like do it manually. And then I just fit the camera on here. So I just put the camera on top here, put the hood over it, and then just screw this bottom part on my tripod and just angle it that way. The only problem with this is that I can only use the kit lens for this camera because my other lens is too short. So it won't fit in there properly. So it's a small drawback, but you know, if I need like a scripted video, that's what I'll do. Oh, and I also put the mic on top of here because it's got the hot shoe, or the cold shoe mount rather. Ugh. I got it for about 70, 80 bucks. Which ain't too bad, because most like teleprompters are at least like 150 bucks. That's a fun little workaround. Yeah, I got that one off of Amazon JP pretty cheap. Just some Chinese made thing. You know, it's got the little remote that's used Bluetooth with, so it's got a little app and stuff you put on your phone. Slap the script on there and just fucking scroll through. And I actually used how I got the idea for that was a client of mine was using it for their stuff, because they just bought like a whole shit ton of stuff to work on. You know, they got like a green screen and they got the teleprompter, and I'm like, whoa, you know, have you guys ever made a video before? No. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, but the teleprompter ended up working out pretty good for them, so I was like, all right. So I decided to get the same one for myself. But yeah, where was I at? Why do I think? Oh yeah, why do I think so many people drink in Japan? I think it's just to, like you said, as a coping mechanism. You know, everybody has their addictions. You know, for myself, for guys like Tokyo Drew, J Vlog, and Deckwan, like you said. It's a coping mechanism. You know, and old Hambone has his Uber Eats. Yeah, Hambone, I don't think he was ever much of a drinker, to be honest with you guys. I think I hardly ever saw him drink. But you know, he definitely copes with food, and I cope with food too. I'm definitely a stress eater as well, so I can't go shitting on old Hambone without, you know, without making that transparent. You know, that was one of the reasons why I got kicked out of the military, was because I was stress eating and drinking too, which looking back was definitely a bit of a red flag, you know. But yeah, like everybody wants to, you know, talk shit about me as far as, you know, how I got out of the military, you know, because I couldn't maintain my weight and all this, that, and the other, you know, eat yourself to freedom, shit like that. But, you know, I think it was just a symptom of a deeper underlying problem, which was, you know, using food to cope, using drinks to cope, using them both at the same time, without having a healthier balance in your life. You know, it's fine to eat food like that, and it's fine to drink, but, you know, if you're using that to cope, and you're doing that regularly, then it's a problem. And that's what I was doing. So, yeah, getting sober is definitely one of the best things I've ever done, and I feel just so much better. And plus, I've lost like a ton of, well, it's one of those things that's weird, right? Because I feel like I've lost a lot of weight, but I go and put myself on the scale, and it looks like I haven't really lost much weight at all. But like, you know, clothes are way thinner. I can see, it might be a little TMI, but I can see like my skin kind of, you know, loosen up a little bit, which usually shows that you've lost some weight. So I kind of look on like the skin on my legs or whatever, and I notice it's a little looser looking. Like it's not like stretched out and shiny like it used to be. So yeah, no worries, Deck One. That's one of the things that, you know, I really like doing on YouTube is being honest. Yo, Andy DeVirgo, what's up, dude? Just on here having a chat, my man. How you been? So, how long do I plan on being live today? Probably only for, how much time we got? Like, probably another like 20 minutes or so. Just because I have work later on today, so I don't want to stay on too long. But we're having a pretty good discussion, so. Got back from walking the dog. Sweet. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, man, that's one of the other good things about going out for walks, is I get to see so many doggos out in Japan. And obviously being in Japan, you know, most of them are like small little yapper dogs. But every once in a while you see some pretty big dogs out here, actually. So like yesterday was a fucking get for me as far as seeing big dogs. Like I saw a fucking husky. I saw a Great Bernese Mountain Dog, which I've never seen a Great Bernese Mountain Dog in real life. That's one of my brother's favorite dogs. He would always talk about, you know, Bernese Mountain Dog, and, you know, he'd show pictures and stuff when he was younger. But I never actually saw one in real life until yesterday, and it's a lot bigger in person than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like a medium-sized dog, but it's like a medium big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And especially in Japan, you know, you see these big dogs getting walked by these either little tiny old Japanese men or little Japanese ladies. Like I remember back when I was living in Nakano Shimbashi, I saw a Great Dane. Yeah. In fucking Tokyo proper, being flanked and walked by two little Japanese girls. So they had like one on one side, one on the other. So in case he tried to pull a fast one or something like that, the other would just kind of lean in, so that way he wouldn't like go anywhere. So, like my little doggo loving brain's like, oh, I want to pet the doggy. But at the same time, like I think for me, like Great Danes is kind of a little scary because, you know, most dogs I can kind of handle if they get a little rowdy, but that's one of those dogs where even I'm a little like, I don't think I can handle that dog if it gets a little rowdy, you know. But yeah, like I try to fight off the urge of like I want to pet the doggo, you know. But I just can't help but smile seeing all the little doggos out and about. Oh, and I also saw a corgi out yesterday too. They're not as common out here as you'd think. You know, they got, you know, they're pretty small, so you'd think that they'd be a hit out here in Japan, but you don't see too many of them out here. It's usually little Pomeranians, little yapper dogs. You see most of them. Pomeranians, French bulldogs. Those are the ones you see the most often. I see, on the regular, I see a black lab walking around. That's about as big as I see normally. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's... Oh, sorry, Sarcastic. I don't know if you left already, but it was good seeing you in the chat, man. Have a good one. We got 7 people watching. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Muchos apreciados, for sure. Yeah, I just love today. Cute Japanese girl did small dog. Yeah, exactly. Definitely once this whole school business is all said and done, and I get myself a visa sponsoring job, definitely want to start settling down here. Definitely want to get a Japanese girl with a doggo. Although me personally, I would love if she had a big doggo. So I like the big doggos, but you know, doggo's a doggo, no matter how small. So. And yeah, so yeah, I fucking love dogs, man. Like my parents actually breed dogs. They breed golden retriever puppies, so you know, I help them with their marketing pictures and stuff like that every once in a while. So they send me like pictures of the new puppies, and you know, last year we did like a Christmas sort of thing, so you know, they had like a green screen and stuff, and they'd put the puppies in front, take some pictures, and then I just slap some backgrounds on, so it looked like they're in front of Santa's sleigh, or in front of like a roaring fire, or walking around in the snow somewhere, or something like that. So it was a lot of fun. I wish I could share that in the live chat, but unfortunately can't share pictures. Tis what it is. But yeah, they just sold off their the whole litter. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I do see golden retriever puppies. Not puppies, but I do see golden retrievers out here every once in a while. Editing tutorials are awesome. Watch your editing tutorials and start finishing the channels. You recommend me things. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got to get back on making more tutorials. For sure. I don't know, I have like mixed feelings about making tutorials, because it's like, I understand it like helps a lot of people out and stuff like that. But on the other hand, I feel like it's almost too easy to make that sort of stuff. So it's like, what type of dogs do my parents sell? They sell golden retriever puppies. And not to brag or anything, but their dogs have they're in like the top 1 to 5% for best hips. So that's kind of a big deal with golden retriever dogs, because you know, hip dysplasia and stuff like that. So they went and got them tested, and I guess the dogs they use to breed have like a top 1 to 5% in the world as far as that the hip test goes. So they're in pretty high demand. Don't want to brag or nothing. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to Post-its question. Any other channels I can recommend for tutorials? Probably say like Justin OD Show would be a good one. You know, he's a fellow Michiganer living out in Detroit. he makes a lot of good tutorials. Not just like the basic stuff, but he also kind of gets more into the weeds with achieving certain effects as well. So, yeah, exactly. With the inbred thing. Yeah, because with the quote-unquote pure blood type stuff, there's like a whole system set up in place, and I don't know like everything about it. I just know what they tell me. But yeah, there's like a lot of different tests and everything to make sure that the puppies won't have issues later on in life. Especially with those types of dogs, you get a lot of hip dysplasia is a big one. A lot of joints, like knees and elbows and stuff like that, or whatever the dog equivalent of that is. So if you're not careful and you're just breeding to breed, then you get these dogs with a lot of those types of issues, as well as I think other stuff too, like anemia or whatever. Could be wrong. But the main ones are hip and knees and stuff. So you have to do these tests. I forget what the name of the test is, but you go to like the vet, and I guess they like do like a non-invasive surgery or something like that, and they kind of like scan to see what the hips are like, if there's any genetic abnormalities, or if there's any sorts of issues and whatnot. And yeah, my siblings have issues. Yeah, well, they don't get stock from overseas. They get it. I think actually they go to OSU. OSU has a veterinary department, and so they get a lot of their testing done there, actually. So they get the hip and blood and stuff like that done there. As far as the insemination goes, they have this particular dog, they have like a relationship with the owner because she's also a breeder too. So they have a deal with her to use artificial insemination, and so they get the samples and then they go to the veterinary clinic out in OSU to get them artificially inseminated. And it's like a whole process, man. It's there's like a lot of stuff involved with it. It's you have to get the dogs on like the right like menstrual cycle and all this other stuff. You can't just put them in the back of your car, drive out to Columbus and stick a needle in. There's a lot of stuff involved with it. From different countries is a good idea. Want to breed Yorkies once I get a chance. It's too expensive to do. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, the smaller dogs are worth like a lot of money, like obnoxious amounts of money. But they also have a lot of issues as well. Like with the bigger dogs, it's mostly hip dysplasia because of the weight and everything. But smaller dogs, you get a lot of genetic abnormalities, especially with like pugs and stuff like that. With the breathing issues, you get that with the French bulldogs, stuff like that. So, for breeding, like the medium-sized dogs are usually kind of the best. Especially, if you live out in the Midwest, like most people don't want little yapper dogs. They just want like medium-sized dogs, either for families or if they got like farms and stuff like that, they want them for farming dogs. Depending on the breed, of course. But I don't know. Golden retrievers are always like in demand, so it's kind of that old reliable brand or breed. I almost said brand. That old reliable breed. You can use them for just about anything, short of guard dog. But yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They send me pictures of the puppies, and they have like this little, not really a crate area, but just kind of like a pen that they got set up. It was actually in my old room that I was living in back when I moved back in with them. Like they tore it all up and got the bed out of there, and now it's just like a little pen area. So when she has puppies, they keep them all in there and stuff. So, and it has like the heat lamps and all this, that, and the other. You know, there's a lot that goes on with breeding puppies. You know, it's definitely a big to-do, but you know, if you get the word out and stuff like that, it's very rewarding for sure. And you know, for my mom, she's getting close to retirement age, so it's something that she wants to do. She wants to like retire too, because it's a lot less stressful on her than what she does now. So now that they're able to make a good chunk of change from breeding puppies, no, right now she's in that kind of transition time period where she's going from working full time, busting her ass, to, you know, getting everything set up for retirement, so that way she can just breed puppies full time. So really, really excited that they're doing so well, doing that, you know. So really happy for him, because I was honestly really worried that, you know, once she retired, like, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen, because, you know, that they rely a lot on dual income, but I definitely feel a lot better now for sure. And it just goes to show, like, overall picture, you know, just, you know, I hate these people on the internet coming out here saying, well, why don't you get a real job? You know, I work my ass off. Why can't you do it? You just sit on your fucking ass in front of your computer all day. Like, what do you know, right? And thankfully, these people got really quiet last year. Can't imagine why. But, you know, I still see it every once in a while. You know, why don't you get a real job? Or something like that. And, you know, it just goes to show that, you know, as long as you earn income that's, you know, you pay taxes on and stuff, it is a real job, Mom. Just kidding. And it doesn't matter what you do, whether it's breeding puppies or, you know, flipping stuff on eBay, or, you know, being a freelance video editor. Not that I know anything about that. You know, it's just one of them things, man. You just got to diversify your income and not make yourself so vulnerable, you know. And that's one of the things I learned very early on, was to, one of my biggest fears was having my lights turned off for reasons beyond my control. You know, I've had that happen to me a lot of times in my childhood. You know, like, you know, either my mom would get her hours cut, or, you know, there's a time where she got laid off in the mid-2000s. And, you know, it was around the time where the, you know, the housing crisis happened in America. So, you know, there was a time where even my stepdad got laid off, and things were pretty tight. There was a lot of bacon and eggs for meals during those times. A lot of bacon and eggs. Say that much. But, you know, I just didn't want to make myself vulnerable to something like that. So I was just looking up different ways to not be vulnerable that way. And one of the ways was making income online. And back then, there wasn't nearly as many opportunities as there are now. I mean, people think it's bad now. Like, just go back a few years. You know, you have just an obnoxious, I know I sound like Gary Vee, but you have an obnoxious amount of opportunity. You know? So, it's true, you know, like, I've been wanting to make income online since I was in college the first time around, actually. When I first heard about being able to make income online was through a personal development blog run by Steve Pavlina. And he put out a couple articles saying how his personal development blog makes some money through this thing called AdSense. And I'm like, what's that? You know? And this was back before, because a lot of people don't know this, but AdSense was its own company before Google bought it. And, you know, they use it for blogs and mostly YouTube nowadays. But, yeah, it was its own separate company back then. And yeah, so basically he just kind of, in that article, he was saying how much he makes through using AdSense, you know, to put up ads, and then he would have, you know, kind of blog posts talking about like different, you know, seminars and stuff he would set up and whatnot. And he would just show like the different amounts of money he would make for stuff like that. It was just like, whoa, you can make money on the internet? What? That's crazy. But then it just got me thinking, you know, it's like, well, if I make money off the internet, because with a job, there's a lot of expenses involved with the job. Obviously, you know, later on, it's your health, of course, you know, shit starts wearing on your joints and stuff like that, and you can't work as fast as you used to when you were younger. And also with other commitments and stuff like that, it's taking more of your energy. But working online, you know, it's a lot less physically taxing. You can work from literally anywhere in the world. So that kind of started that whole digital nomad idea. You know, I always wanted to be one of those guys who made money wherever I was. I didn't have to be like physically in a location to earn money, you know, and that's what kind of started it. And then I remember, oh, hey, welcome back, Hokkaido Nasai, what's up? Supposed to go to sleep, but I ended up doing some coding whilst listening to background. See about me, the first post I read was how to live without having a job. Yeah, same. It was the, yeah, I remember he did a, like a podcast episode talking about that when he was experimenting with doing podcasts. That was how to make money without having a job. And that's what really started me on this whole idea of, you know, financial independence and stuff like that. And that's, yeah, FIRE is like the new hotness, no pun intended. Okay, maybe a little intended. Which, you know, just make a lot of money now so that way you can retire later. But for me, I liked the sentiment, but for me being a creative person, I don't think I'll like retire, because I'm too much like my mom. You know, like I was saying earlier with breeding dogs and stuff like that. Like, you know, she's not the type of person to like, once she retires, you know, that's it. I'm just gonna sit on the porch all day and, you know, play with my grandkids and chill out and whatnot until it's time for me to go. Like, she's not the type of person to do that. You know, she needs something to retire to. You know, otherwise she'll go insane. And I'm the same way. You know, like mother, like son. So I never see myself like retiring. Obviously slowing down, of course. But that's the fun thing about being a creative, man. Like, I can do this shit till literally the day I die. You know? I can still do shit. And so I don't ever see myself retiring in the traditional sense. But, you know, I definitely do see myself slowing down, of course. But, you know, I don't really, you know, want to make like a whole bunch of money at the sacrifice of, you know, retiring when, you know, physically it's one of those things where it's like, why wait to enjoy the good things about retirement? Why don't you just do those things when you're still healthy, you know? Like a lot of people, you know, they can't wait to retire so they can go out and travel the world and go on cruise ships and, you know, see all these cool sights and kick stuff off the bucket list. And, you know, that's all fun and good, but you could enjoy those things a lot more if you're a lot younger and, you know, your knees aren't so bad. So, Where are we at? I'm the same as well, Andy. I'd love to retire and be at peace with my family watching them get older. Can't be bored even now if I do. The more you start, right? Yeah, and old Prawn Hub had to purge a lot of their content. I was a big fan, but they had to go and like kill just about everything, so I don't go there as often as I used to. But yeah, I was expected to be one to give everything up and just play PlayStation, but I'm retired at 35. Hey, we're the same age. No way. I ended up going straight back into coding projects again. Nice. Nice. See, that's the life, man. Like, I don't... Like, I would consider, like, retirement to basically just be not working for a living anymore. Just, you know, work because I enjoy it. You know? X-Video guy? Nice. Yeah, between them and X-Hamster, for sure. You know, and I definitely do want to get myself financially to that point. So that's what I'm working towards, you know. That's why I'm not so, you know, stressing about relationships and all this other shit. Because I realize, you know, not everybody has those types of goals, and in trying to achieve those goals, it takes a lot of time. So, you know, some women may not be comfortable with doing something like that. So, oh, nice, you're 34 and ready for more. Oh yeah. I just turned 35 December of 2020, and that was a really fun birthday for me. Like, for some reason, I don't even do this on purpose, but for some reason, like, the past couple birthdays have always been kind of monumental in their own way. Like, for my 35th birthday, I got my associate's degree, and for a couple other birthdays, like, I would get the keys to my new apartment, both for the Yokosuka one and for the one in Michigan. I got them on my birthday. This is like, what'd you get for your birthday? Oh, I got a gift card. What'd you get? Oh, a new apartment. And, you know, humble brag. But yeah, Steve Evelina, man, dude's not Scotch to the max. He's still making posts and stuff. Although some of his recent stuff is, I don't know. Like, I agree, I kind of see where he's going, but at the same time, it's a little out there for me. Also coding and listening to Andy in the background. Nice. I'm glad it could be the voice of a coding generation. Some of Steve Evelina's posts back in the day, a long time ago. Yeah, he also released a book called Personal Development for Smart People. I managed to get... Did I get the audiobook or just the book? I think I just got the book version. Really, I think there's an audiobook version. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I was in the middle of reading... What was I reading? Oh, I think it was Superfans by Pat Flynn. Fucking love that book. Fucking awesome. Personal Development for Smart People... Where are you at? Yeah, there it is. Okay. I guess I didn't get the Audible version. Fucking love audiobooks, man. Oh yeah, Tom Bilyeu. Oh man. That dude's a fucking super genius. Like, I've been watching him. Also Simon Sinek. I've been recently, actually today, listened to a whole bunch of stuff from him, talking about leadership and stuff like that. So I usually just, one of the cool things about YouTube Premium, not that I'm shilling for him or anything, but one of the cool things is that you can just listen to YouTube stuff in the background. So usually what I do, you know, if I'm going on my walk or whatever, is I would either turn on a podcast or find something on YouTube to watch, or to watch, and just listen to it during my whole walk. And like, I got through like a shit ton of really long videos doing stuff like that. You know, just hit it at like the 1.5x speed. That's usually my standard, because I think at this point, if I listen to something at like 1x speed, it sounds like really slow and plodding. It's like, hey guys, you know, it's like, fuck, stop it, get some help. Yeah, yeah, same age. Yeah, NoFap. Excuse me. I've thought about it, but Oh, nice. YouTube Advanced? Never heard of that one. But, you know, I don't mind having YouTube Premium and paying for it. You know, because in addition to all that stuff, again, not hashtag not an ad, hashtag could be an ad, YouTube, call you boy. But another cool thing is that the payouts to creators are a lot better if you're watching on YouTube Premium versus, you know, watching their ads and watching their content. So, you know, I can't, you know, pay everybody's Patreon, even just $1. That'd be like hundreds of dollars in the hole. But I figure, you know, if I'm able to contribute a little more in AdSense dollars, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, where are we at? Yeah, Steve was getting a little too new agey for me and his wife or girlfriend at times, really into. Yeah, they were getting a little too into that hippy dippy stuff for me. So that's kind of when I dipped out. I still pop in every once in a while, just kind of see what he's up to. But yeah, like I remember he did a series on YouTube where he was doing this like 40-day water fast. And I thought it was pretty interesting, you know. Did no fat for about 3 years, 3 years in my 20s. Yeah, nice. I basically did that in my 20s too. Did the whole no fap thing, but I don't know. Like for me, it just made it worse, you know. Like I felt a little more manly doing the fap as opposed to the no fap, but that's just me. You know, you can even like watch it in some of my earlier videos, like from my early to mid 20s, where I'm like, hey guys, it's the Andy-san here, and I'm on video, making a video for you. Oh my gosh, you know, with the beta male smile, or however it goes, I don't know. Did I gain superpowers? Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I was well, we'll get to that here in a sec. Yeah, that's what I do as well. I listen to a really long video while walking. Yeah, Graham Stephan. Oh my gosh, Jesus! It's like you guys are like ganking my playlists here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I listen to a lot of Graham Stephan, and you know, Colin Samir, Roberto Blake is another one. Oh god, I fucking marathon Roberto Blake stuff. My god, I'm a super fan of Roberto. Dude's fucking super duper genius. And in fact, the music you guys are listening to right now from the Zenbuster music channel is music that he makes. So, fun factoid for y'all. So, I believe you are a patron supporter of King of Kanto. Oh yeah, that's the part I was going to get to. Okay, so, yeah, I was a patron supporter of King of Kanto. But decided just, you know, because of my current financial situation, yeah, I didn't want to support them. So, it was nothing against them. It was just cutting back costs. So, I don't hate the cock guys. I like them a lot. But it is what it is. Yeah, Graham's pretty entertaining. We're like, yes. Another guy talks about owning property. Another guy's not Graham Stephan talks about owning property. Shit, that could be anybody. Oh, I think you're talking about Ryan Serhant or Serhart. He's a guy. He looks really young, but he has like really like gray, almost whitish hair. He kind of reminds me of Cody Rhodes. The rest. Oh, Tommy Bryson. Wow, I was way off. I was thinking of the real estate agent from New York. He looks kind of like Cody Rhodes. Yeah, the major thing I picked up from Graham Stephan beyond the house stuff is if you save 90%, you pay for 10 years of your time. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like if you're able to save your money, like, you know, it's like the old adage goes, you know, it's not what you make, it's what you save. So I definitely believe in that for sure. You know, like even when I was in the Navy, you know, I saved like way more than I spent, like an obnoxious amount in savings. Not quite 90%. I wasn't that frugal, but it was up there. up there. Trying to make my hair shake. But yeah, like once I hit E5, living out in Haban, like I was saving like a shit ton of money. And especially since I had my own place, I was paid through BAH, so it didn't come out of pocket at all. Yeah, not many can save 90% of their pay for 10 years. Yeah, you'd have to be in a very particularly good situation or just live extremely frugally. You know, I don't even think I could save that much if I was living at my parents' house for free. But you'd have to be in a really good situation for something like that. But you don't have to save just 90%, you know. If you put away like, you know, 30 or 40%, that's about what I did. I think it was about 30-40%, probably a little more, but at least that on average. And within 2 years I saved up like 12K, you know, during my time being stationed in Japan. Like I had 12K in the bank by the time I got out of the Navy. And you know, it's one of the few regrets I have of my post-Navy life. You know, just being able to go to school in Japan right away. You know, versus having to go through a whole bunch of stuff and basically wasting my GI Bill, looking back on it. But saving nearly 37% of my income at this time, paying off student debt. Nice. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be doing more of once I get my financials in order. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to set up the systems, so I'm not too worried about stuff like that just yet. And plus, you know, obviously with Columbia World Tour, they've, you know, put a halt on stuff like that. Wanted to go Navy, was too insecure about it. Yeah, I definitely know that feeling for sure. You know, it was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, you know, because it was in the midst of the economic crisis in America back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and especially in the Midwest. Like it, you know, the country started to recover in other spots, but the Midwest, it took a while to recover. So in 2010, like, we were still very much in the grips, and at that time I was just a college dropout with no perspectives on anything. Like I couldn't get hired to work at McDonald's or Walmart or anything, and I wanted to go back to school, but again had that crippling student loan debt, and yeah, no school would fucking touch me. So, you know, and my parents wouldn't help me pay for it either, because, I mean, in fairness to them, they didn't have it either. So, you know, they were making good money for them, but, you know, they weren't making enough to, like, help me with college or anything like that. So that was kind of the quandary I was in. Like, at the time, I couldn't claim financial independence. You know, at the time, you had to be 24 and older to do that. I think now they've done away with that financial independence clause. So if you can prove that, you know, you're not living with your parents anymore and stuff like that, you're not taking a paycheck from them, then you can claim it when you're younger. But at the time, you had to be 24 and older. So even if I was like 100% not living with my folks anymore, you know, until I turned 24, I couldn't claim financial independence. So I had to get their tax information and everything like that for the, you know, the grants and everything, like grants, loans, all that stuff. And that's what really fucked me over, because collectively they were making too much to where I couldn't afford like the low income grants like I used to. Because when I first started college, this is before they got married, so I just went off of my mom's income. But once they got married, I had to go off of both my mom and my stepdad's income, and collectively, you know, they weighed, yeah, exactly, USB expensive, yo. But they made, you know, too much to where I couldn't get like the low income grants or anything like I used to. But they weren't making enough to like help me with college and still be able to afford their own stuff. And I sure as fuck couldn't afford college myself at the time. So, yeah, doesn't pay enough, man. So, that was the kind of situation I was in, and I already had like student loan debt and everything. So like my thing was I wanted to basically get like a full ride for my school, so I wanted to work my ass off and get like a really good GPA and stuff like that. But like halfway through that semester, they told me that, you know, you're doing pretty darn good. You're definitely on your way for something like that. But because you still owe money to the school, even if you do get that grant, you still won't be able to continue because you still owe money. And you can't use those grants for back pay. So it's like, I would have been good that semester, but because I still owed money the previous semester, it wouldn't matter. So I felt like I was just in a no-win situation. So that's, you know, when I got really depressed and holed myself up in my dorm room and didn't go to class, and grades just went basically. And that's around the time I discovered Steve Pavlina's blog as well. So nice. Let's see, where we at here? How much is a deposit on a 2-bedroom apartment in a small U.S. city? Yeah, that's a good question. It just depends. There's a lot of factors involved with something like that. You know, especially if you're near the coast. It doesn't matter if it's west or east. But if you're near the coast, then it's going to cost you a lot more, for sure. And for me, like, I would always look at, you know, living in a kind of like a bedroom community near a big city versus living in the city, which is basically what I do living here in Kawasaki, right? You know, because I live like really close to Tokyo. Like, I could practically walk to Tokyo from where I'm living, because, you know, it's separated by that Tama River. So I can literally just walk across the bridge and bam, be in Tokyo. It would be no big thing. But I'm still outside enough from Tokyo, from central Tokyo to be specific, to where the rent and stuff like that isn't obnoxiously expensive. You know, like once you get past the Yamanote line, you know, places get a lot bigger and more affordable. But once you're inside, it's like, because everybody wants to be like really close to a lot of things in Tokyo. And it's fun to have very convenient options very close by, but, you know, for me, I just enjoy having my space away from the city. You know, like, I want to be close to the city to where I can go and do big city things when I want to, but I don't want to be like surrounded by it all the time. That shit fucking wears on you. Yeah, like Andy was saying, yeah, in Florida it'll cost you like $1,460, $1,100 in some areas. Yeah, that's about right. That's pretty consistent. I'm in the same boat this time. I have to go back to do my degree. Pure science, better job. We're gonna call center. Oh shit. Yeah, I was definitely. I was in that boat, man. For sure, I was in the call center boat. In fact, my first ever full-time job was working in a call center. I remember I got that a little before I joined the Navy, actually. I was working in a call center, helping people in Wisconsin connect to the internet. And again, this was during the financial crisis, so a lot of people were getting laid off from their jobs, and they're from Wisconsin, and they had a lot of free time. And as you know, working in a call center, time is money, quite literally. So, you know, you have to like get on and off with those calls like really quickly. But, you know, talking with people in Wisconsin, you know, they got that, the Midwestern goodbye is real. So, you know, they call you up. It's like, hey there, guy, I need to connect to internet. I ran out of batteries for the clicker. So, I got laid off from my job. And, you know, the grandkids, they like to come on. They gotta hop on the internets and get on them games, you know. I like to play the Farmville and talk with my friends on the Facebook. So, I'd really appreciate you there, Andy, if you could connect me to the internet there, guy. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I also got a big truck in the back. It's a Ford F-350. So, yeah, it takes a lot of gas, and gas is really expensive out here in Wisconsin. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, it's like $3.50 a gallon out here. It's crazy. So, yeah. Again, really appreciate if you get me connected to the internet there, Mr. Andy. So, yeah, muchos apreciados. Yeah, man, it was fucking rough. And, you know, and the thing is, like, there was a lot of, like, fucking assholes, but there was also, like, a lot of, like, really nice people. And the thing is, it would almost feel worse having, like, the nice person, because they would want to stay on the phone longer. And, you know, I would get that evil eye from my supervisor, who kind of look up over me at my cubicle, like, cut the call off, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, kind of give me the fucking redirect them, goddammit. Kind of the evil eye. So, and that's basically why I got fired from that job, was because my call times were way too high. Because I was way too nice and didn't want to, like, cut people off, and it was kind of hard to, like, be like, okay, so, yeah, cause I'm looking at the call times, like, okay, we're getting close to, like, the 15-minute mark, and it's like, And the thing is, like, they didn't train me on how to fix, like, their particular internet issues, because this was, again, this was, like, late 2000s, so most people had, broadband and stuff like that, so most of it was just tell them to power cycle the router and everything, and oh, magic. That was basically it. But then you had a lot of folks, especially in the rural areas of Wisconsin, you know, they got the 250, you know, the dial-up internet, and they never really trained me on how to fix that stuff. So it's like can you unplug and replug your router? It's like, what's the router there, guy? I just plug it into the phone line, and it gets me connected to the internet. But there's a lot of lag going on over here. So, yeah, I got let go pretty quickly. But thankfully, I was able to get unemployment off of it. First time I got unemployment, too. That was pretty nice. So with that, I was able to move out to Bowling Green, Ohio, and stuff. So where are we at? Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're living in the Midwest or some other cheap part of America, you know, 35K, it's doable. Like, you're not gonna live fucking fabulously, of course, but you can make it work. But yeah, you're not going to be living super comfortably, for sure. Call center work is definitely 7th Circle hell, yeah, definitely. And I got back into call center work when I moved out to North Carolina, too, because I got a job offer working for them. And they paid, like, way better than most of the other jobs out there, because the reason I didn't get, like, a JOB job out in North Carolina was because their minimum wage was, like, $7.50 an hour. And, you know, in most cases, like, if I were to move to someplace new, I'd probably just get a job at McDonald's or Walmart or whatever, just work part-time, go to school. Like, I don't care if I'm only getting, like, 10, 11 bucks an hour. Fuck it, it's fuck McDonald's, whatever, man. I'm in college, I don't give a shit. But if I were to do that in North Carolina, I'd only get, like, $7.50, and I'd, like, you know, so I'm like, I can't take that fucking mess for only $7.50 an hour. Like, fuck that entirely. So, tried to get in a job at Walmart because they paid, like, way better, but didn't end up happening. And got a job working in the call center, and that was actually my first work from home job too. If you don't count the freelance editing. So that was really nice. I was able to do it all from the comfort and convenience of my room out in North Carolina. And it was definitely a lot better than my first run with call center work, but still it's kind of the same thing where oh, now I remember why I got fired from it the second time. So the second time I got fired from call center work was because they with that particular call center, they, instead of relying on time, they weren't as concerned with time as the previous one, which is why I got let go from the first one, because I was taking too much time. But the second time I got let go was because they had this rating system. So you know, as you guys know, if you worked in call centers, it's almost like being a YouTuber, right? You have to have that at the end of the video or the end of the call session, that call to action. So you'd think I'd be like a fucking pro at that shit, right? So it's like, so I'm so glad I helped you with your situation. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And send in a survey telling you that I helped you. Flashing the beta male smile. Done, son. But, yeah, it'd always feel kind of weird, like, you know, doing the thing with the survey. So I wouldn't even mention it most of the time. Especially if it was a bad customer. Like, most of the time I just want to get them off the line because I knew that they would give me a bad survey. Because, you know, they want to fucking stick it to me or whatever. So I just finished them with the problem. It's like, alright, have I helped you with your problem? No, you're a fucking dick. Alrighty, well, have a nice day. Thank you for using TurboTax. Doxed. Doxed. Oh well. But yeah, basically I got one bad review when I first started taking calls. And because it was when I was first starting out taking calls, it affected the rest of my score. So even though I got the one bad review and a bunch of other like 5-star reviews and stuff like that were like starting to even out my score, I guess after like a certain time period, they kind of look like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. They kind of look and see, oh, this guy's got less than a 5-star rating. What a shitbag. Meanwhile, I've taken like hundreds of calls and gotten like a bunch of other 5-star ratings, but because that one motherfucker, and it was only one less than 5-star rating that I got, and it was because I don't remember the exact situation, but I think it was because he was having okay, so cat's out of the bag, right? So I was working at a call center for TurboTax. And his particular case, he was having trouble accessing his account. And, you know, there's like security features and stuff like that, so you can use your phone to access it. You know, they do the 2-step verification, stuff like that. But he didn't have his old phone. And I tried like getting him to reset his password, and he just it just wasn't working. Like, no matter what I did, I couldn't get this guy to get into his account. And all he had was his phone. Because most of the time, like, if you don't have, like, the phone and can't get the 2-step factor authentication, you know, I just tell you go on the website and try to do it. But I guess, you know, with his data plan, he couldn't access the internet, or his internet access was limited or something. Something about that. But basically, he couldn't get on the internet to, like, go on Chrome on his phone and log into TurboTax that way. So he had to use the app for some dumb reason. But he wasn't able to get into his account, and he didn't have access to a computer. And he's basically giving me the business of, why can't I access my account? I pay for this thing, you know. I pay for your salary. I pay for your house. You should get me into my account. Let me talk to your manager. You know, basically. And I tried to be like super nice about it and be like, well, you know, we're kind of at an impasse here. I can't really help you at this point. So if you ever get access to one of them super awesome computers, then give me a call and we'll get you sorted. But until then, you know. And he basically just gave me a bad review because I couldn't help him out with this shit. So, and when I went into a little private meeting to have the "we're letting you go" talk, the manager was actually kind of confused because she was like, you got all these like 5-star reviews and I've listened to your calls and they're fine. I didn't understand the problem. And I even listened to that one call that you had with the 1-star review or whatever the fuck you gave me. And she was like, you sounded fine, you composed yourself, you were okay. Like, even she was confused, but I guess the thing is with that particular client, you know, they were adamant about the reviews. So if you had anything less than 5 stars, regardless of how many other 5-star reviews you've had, you were deemed like a worthless fucking shitbag who's not worth the great ad dollars of TurboTax. Yes, you are beneath us, peon. Now pay $150 for our free software. Oh. Oh yes, and it's non-refundable too. Yes. Pay that TurboTax money, Daddy. You know? Oh man. And the funny thing was, to really top that off, she said because the company I worked for also had contracts for other companies, tech support and stuff like that. So she said, yeah, just like reapply, basically, and we'll get you back in. So I was thinking, like, I'll just go to like another. I'll still apply to the same company, but they'll send me to like somewhere else, you know? So I ended up applying to this one thing, and they don't tell you like what company it is. So I apply to it, you know, using her as a reference, and it's literally the same TurboTax thing. So I get like rehired by the same company, working for the same client, and nobody fucking says anything like, didn't you get fired for working there? Like, I didn't get a prompt, or I didn't get a, you know, we're looking for the right people here at TurboTax, and we don't think that you're TurboTax material, okay? We need people who can count beyond ones and zeros, okay? We need high quality people here at TurboTax. You know, I didn't get shit. So I just went through the whole orientation, and I thought for sure, like, I just did it for the meme. Honestly, I did it for the fucking lulz. And it just got to a point where I was just like, I don't want to actually do this. And my freelance video editing was taken off at that point, because like Eric6 was like cranking out videos like non-stop at that point. So I was just like, I don't have to fucking be here, man. I'll just sit on my ass and make videos. So I just told the supervisor, who was just one of the sweetest people I've ever come across. She was so fucking nice. Too nice to be in tech support for sure. I just told her, hey, I'm not feeling it. I gotta go. And, you know, I just resigned. So that was the last time he was ever heard of from TurboTax. Fun times. Fun times. But yeah, with that first company, it was an actual, like, you go to like a call center like office. It was out in Wapakoneta, Ohio, or Wapak, and yeah, I was in like downtown Wapak. They had this little office area, and you go up it, and it's just a fucking cubicle farm. But the cool thing was they had this arcade machine that had like an emulator and stuff inside, so you could play like different arcade games. And the game that everybody played was NBA Jam. So like during breaks and stuff, you know, you get something to eat from Hamburger Road, which is like the main strip down Wapak that has like all the restaurants and stuff. So we call it Hamburger Road. And you go down Hamburger Road, grab something to eat, come back to the office, and play some NBA Jam on the arcade. So like all the time when I was on calls, you know, I'd hear on the other ear like, oh, Monster Jam. Fun times. Even if it was for just a month and a half. Fun times. Yeah, difference to call centers UK is everyone here is miserable as shit, so shoddy because you broke their internet. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of hit or miss. So I get to my Netflix really faster since I work from home these days. Nice. Yeah, people love giving so much useless info. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got a lot of those people too, sarcastic, where like it was my fucking fault. Like I went in there, it's like, you went into my house, you unplugged my internet, you ate my cookies, you fucked my wife. I want you to fix it, Mr. Internet Man, if that is your real name. You snuck into my house. You fucked my wife. Well, have you tried unplugging and plugging it back in? No. Well, hey, works again. Magic. How can I ever thank you, Mr. Internet Man? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and submit a 5-star rating. And thank you for using TurboTax. because you broke the internet. No chit chat. Yeah, I can afford an okay area with my income, but not in the best area, unfortunately. But yeah, that's kind of how it's kind of like the story of my life, basically. Was, you know, I can live in an affordable area, but they're not always the best areas. You know, that's why I love living in Japan, because even the dodgy areas aren't nearly as dodgy as they are in America, so I don't have to worry too much. Like, the only areas I like ever felt in danger of being in were like Kabukicho. You know, that's about, well, Kabukicho and Roppongi just a little bit. You know, those are the only like yabe dicey areas in Japan. Everywhere else is pretty much free game. So I usually get 50 calls a day prior to COVID, and 8 calls in 1 day. Yeah, I don't even know how many calls I fucking had. It would vary. You know, there's some days I have like a shit ton, others just a handful. You know, just depend. But yeah, if that was UK, that would be computer says no moment. Yeah. Yeah. Basically. Alright, guys. I think it's about that time there. Do the old Midwestern goodbye. Been on for about 2.5 hours now, so it says a pretty good impromptu live stream. I was only planning on being on for just about an hour or so, but you know, you guys are the reason why I love doing these live streams. I'm not just saying that, but you know, it's good to have interaction with folks and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, with that said, guys, this is the Anti-Sign. Sign for now. As always, forever. We'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.